Good afternoon. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. This is part two of the series, Spake Jesus, uh, after the cross, and which became a reference of what had been foretold before the cross, connecting both the New Testament and the Old Testament together as a single testament of Jesus Christ. Now, this is part, I believe, 18. I'm calling this. I might have to change it, but that's for reference. Spake Jesus. But the part that I wanted to reiterate, it says Bible prophecy, Space Shuttle, Billboard, America. This would be part two. I said part one was the other on the regard for it as a secondary introduction. What we had to do is trail the steps of the Antichrist, referring back to the part that was spoken of in the book of Habakkuk, saying, make it plain that he may run that read it. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. Now, as I get started here, I want to stop where I left off, and this time I hope I have time to go through Ezekiel chapter 2. Probably I will, yeah. And I want to do both of these today and get them ready, because starting and stopping and not put these two 1 hour segments together, you might get lost in the shuffle. But if you go according to their placement, then there's no way to get lost. You can say, as you go with the full 2 hours, 10-minute segments at a time, then you can truly see the truth and understanding, and you can see what I'm talking about. Let's go back to Ezekiel chapter 1, and I'm going to begin at verse 22, go down a little bit. And the likeness of the firmament over the head of the living creature was as the color of the turtle crystal stretched forth over their heads above. That's what I said was a cockpit of the space shuttle itself. The windows and above the head, where they had to see out of, it looked like a turbo crystal, same as it is in your vehicle. The windows do look like turbo crystals. That means it was clear. Now, this was a cockpit. Now, verse 23, and under the firmament, which is the cockpit of the space shuttle, were their wings straight, the one towards the other. You notice it didn't say it had 4 wings this time, because it had went into a transformation period. It used the 4 primary wings, which was the positive wings, which allowed this vehicle to go into outer space. But it had to transform itself into a secondary vehicle. What this tells us, the vehicle was now in its second state. It had transformed into a glider vehicle. It didn't need all the thrust power and an ox to re-enter space as it did define gravitation. And under the firmament were their wings, stretched one toward the other. Everyone had 2, which covered on this side, and everyone had 2, which covered on that side their bodies. When you see this wings here, it covers here and covers here. It covers here and covers here. Both of these are the same. Even though these are 2 wings, it's one because it's made into a solid substructure. The designer of the space shuttle had created this vehicle in somewhat that it couldn't be a single wing on this side, just like the regular commercial aircraft, because of the significance of it. It had to be made as a flat surface because they had to create a heat tile that would stand the tremendous heat as it re-entered into the Earth's atmosphere to keep from disintegrating. That's the reason I gave you 2 symbols here. This one is showing you what the bottom side of the space shuttle will look like, as it re-entered into the Earth's gravitation generator field. As it turned cherry red, without the heat tiles align the body, and the wing was glider wing was made designed such that it would be under the fuselage, would be under the cockpit of this vehicle. It would disintegrate. It couldn't be on the top or in the middle like other. It had to be where it be a protective, be a heat shield to protect the vehicle itself. So as it dropped down from the heavens back into the Earth's atmosphere, this turns cherry red. But when God was speaking concerning the wheels would leave. They would not be exposed, but they'd be locked inside of the spacecraft, folded under just like a cat would fold its legs. But they would be hid behind these doors, which would be covered with thermoplastic to withstand heat with a high pigmentation, because that's what the black color is. Black is thermal tile used to deflect heat better than a tile that is made of white. This here one here is the front under the chirp. Chirp is the front of the fuselage, just like the face of a man. Look like a face of a man when they open the doors up in space. That's what the front look like. Now, but as it re-enter, it would have to open these doors to test the wheels as it would re-enter into the Earth's atmosphere. See what I'm talking about? But as it goes into outer space, it leaves these flaps closed. But once it enters into the Earth's atmosphere and get below the danger zone, then it opens the door. This is what tells you that God did see the United States of America. This here, because this has the significance. Now, it says everyone had two, telling you everyone had two wings, one covering the other. That's verse 23 in Ezekiel chapter 1. Letting you know that the two wings were joined together. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings like the noise of great water, as the voice of Almighty voice, as voice or speak, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings. This sound of these wings signified as it re-entered earth was far different from the first part when it was beginning its maiden flight coming up out of earth. It was like thunder and lightning because it had to have the firepower of horsepower, the thrust power to defy gravitation. It sounded like thunder and lightning. But he's telling you right here, as this one came in, this was an inward flight instead of outward flight, where it would need the ox power. That when it came down, it sounded like water. If you have had the luxury to fly on an airline, a commercial airliner, when they man get ready to let down his rudders as it begin to glide to its landing strip, it sounds like water. The wings sound like water. It's different than an explosion. So this is consistent with the second stage of this vehicle when it's coming down the land. I said when it come down and land, it lets down in rudders. It letting you know that this vehicle had hydraulic cylinders controlling the wing. When the pilots who had control over the navigator lands this vehicle down, he lets down the wings, which is the rudders, to allow the pressure to bleed from the hydraulic cylinders, because the mechanical had to work on this vehicle. There's another part that I failed to mention in the early part, when it tells us that the vehicle had straight legs like the calf legs. It's telling us that this vehicle didn't have no steering mechanism like a commercial aircraft. The way it come down onto the runway, it have to land that way. If it come down crooked on that runway, there's no way to stop it from running off the runway, because it had no steering mechanism. The way it come down, this is where it landed. That's why it said it had straight legs like a calf, but they pointed straight and they was flat. That's in the first part of Ezekiel. Now,